is one of the deadliest places on Earth. Every known virus is here. It's gonna seem very claustrophobic. People panic. They scream. You need to be straight with me. Can you do this?
Jax, something I need you to take a look at.
What are we testing for?
Ebola, Zaire.
Ebola's never been detected on U.S. soil.
There's a first time for everything. I have a husband, 2 kids. We have a duty to protect them.
You always fight so hard.
Ho! Ho! Ho!
Oh my God.
You're scaring the hell out of me, Nance.
I need to get back in there. There's a chance that it's Ebola.
They may already be in the midst of an outbreak.
What did you do? Do you have any idea what kind of panic this will cause?
There's no cure, no vaccine. Mortality rate is 90%.
It's here.
You brought it back here?
It spreads through bodily fluids. When we show each other affection,
It's learning. It's evolved. It will wipe us out if we don't get ahead of it.
You're gonna get us all killed!
I'm trying to keep my family safe.
I won't cover this up for you!
Alright, so Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Alright, what you just seen was a trailer for the movie The Hot Zone. Now, the reason I let the trailer play is because The Hot Zone is about futuristic events. Meaning there are going to be diseases and plagues that are going to come upon you people, and that's prophesied in the Bible. Alright, and I'm going to get scriptures on it, but I happened to come across this ad. I was watching YouTube, and then this trailer played as an ad, and you know, the Spirit is telling me to do a video on it because what it's basically talking about in this movie is how Ebola broke loose again in America. Alright, but I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be Ebola that breaks loose, but it's going to be different plagues and diseases that the Lord is going to bring upon this place, America. Alright, the same way He brought different plagues on Egypt, He's going to bring plagues onto America, and that is a good thing because this place is filthy in wickedness. Alright, and as you've seen in the script, in the movie, these different plagues, there's going to be no escape. Because as you heard her say, Ebola, which all the diseases really do, the hardcore ones, you know, but she was talking about Ebola, how that spreads just by touch, you know, by drinking the same stuff as somebody else, by touching where someone else touched, alright, by sexual intercourse, okay? So the Lord's going to bring different plagues upon this place. In this movie, The Hot Zone is just a preview of what's going to come to America. Alright, and thus saith the scriptures. Alright, so first I wanted to get the definition of a plague. It says a contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever and delirium, typically with the formation of buboes, bubonic plague, and sometimes infection of the lungs. Alright, but really, a plague is something that causes continual trouble or distress. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a disease, like as we can see in the time of Egypt. Now, I have on Wikipedia time of Egypt because I'm going to go into a little bit of the plagues that the Lord brought onto Egypt. And I'm going to get the scriptures on a few of them so you can see that those different plagues that are coming on Egypt are going to come on America, and I'm going to read that scripture. Alright, but as you can see, really a plague is something that causes continuous trouble or disease. Alright, whether it be an actual disease, alright, or whether it be locusts flying. Alright, but look, so I got the plagues of Egypt on Wikipedia. It says the plagues of Egypt, also called the 10 plagues, were 10 calamities that, according to the biblical book of Exodus, the Most High inflicted upon Egypt as a demonstration of power, after which the Pharaoh conceded to Moses demands to let the enslaved Israelites go. Alright, it has Israelites here, but then it has the photo of so-called white people here. The Israelites will be so-called black, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Alright, but back in this day, we all look like so-called black people. Alright, the Israelites are dark-skinned people. Alright, but through this day and age, since we've mingled among the heathen, some of us do look light-skinned. Alright, but the Israelites were dark-skinned people, not these so-called white people you see on the screen. These soft, weak white people, which you so-called white people go back to a man named Edom Esau, so that will make you his descendants. You are the Edomites. The Israelites, alright? Is this who this book pertaining to? It says the man to let the enslaved Israelites go into the wilderness to make sacrifices. The Most High repeatedly hardened the Pharaoh's heart to prevent him from consenting until after the 10th plague. Alright? The Israelites' eventual departure began the exodus of the Hebrew people. Alright, so we just got a little overview of the plagues. Alright, the 10 plagues. And obviously the Lord, like I said, hardened Pharaoh's heart until the 10th one. But let's go into some of the plagues that the Lord brought. Salaki. Let's go into some of the plagues that the Lord brought into Egypt. But first let me get this, I guess. Deuteronomy 28 and let me start at 59, because these are a part of the curses that the Israelites are going to go through, that we are going through, and that are going to explode more severely. Deuteronomy 28 and 59. The Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues of long, continuous, and sore sickness, and of long, continuous. So it's stressing long, continuous. Alright, these plagues are going to be bitter. Verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. So all the plagues of Egypt are going to come into this place, America, and into you wicked 2/3. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee, until thou be destroyed. Alright, so AIDS wasn't written in this book. That's a plague. You know, you can say Ebola wasn't. So all these different plagues that you see upon the world is the Lord's doing. It's the Lord doing, and then it's soon to come and infest this place known as America, this bitter place, because this place America, when you go into the name, it means bitter. Alright, because we're in bitter captivity here. Alright, but the plagues are going to come upon this place and destroy it. Alright, and it's showing you that, a preview of that in this movie, one of them being Ebola. Alright, I'm not saying Ebola is going to come. I'm just saying in this movie, this was what it was talking about. But the Lord can bring any plague he wants upon this place. But it's going to happen. It's going to be multiple of them, and you're not going to be able to escape. Alright, but it said the diseases of Egypt. The plagues of Egypt are going to come upon you. And let me see, what verse was that again? And you know, verse 60. Alright, so let's read some of the plagues of Egypt. Alright, the 10 plagues. It says water and the blood. And you can get the scriptures and read them for yourselves. They have them right here. This is not, they don't have the King James version right here, I don't believe so. This is a different translation, so I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to read the title, and I may get a few of them in the actual King James. But it says water in the blood, the frogs. Why we get that one? Exodus 8, 1 through 4. Because the Lord can bring upon you different animals. He can infest a place with animals. You know? It's Exodus 8 and 1. It said, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. And the rivers shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy netting throws. So like if I say that wrong. And the frogs shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt." Alright, so obviously the Lord, he brought, one of the plagues was frogs, which a frog is an animal. Alright, and it goes to show you that the Lord can stir up the spirit on these animals to come and basically just bring hell to people. Alright, now in this case you had the Lord bring frogs. You may say, frogs, that's a little thing. Alright, well, if you got thousands of frogs flooding your house, it's not a little thing. Alright, because you can't sleep. They can bug with you, they can bite you, they can destroy your food. Alright, so they can cause just hell. So that's what the Lord was doing. He was bringing hell you know, in Egypt, because the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart until the 10th plague. And the same thing is going to happen in America, because what is modern day Egypt is America. That's what you got to understand. So everything that happened to Egypt is happening right now.